Welcome to the OBrien Sisters Comedy Show. Now here they are, the OBrien Sisters.
Hey, and welcome to the OBrien Sisters Comedy Show. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Robin.
And we're the OBrien Sisters. Oh, we're having a good time this weekend, huh?
We were in Florida this week.
Yeah, we've been having a great time getting a lot of sun.
We did. We got a lot of sun.
And
nothing too severe.
Nothing too
requiring
severe.
Ointment.
No. Not this time.
Not this time.
No, but we actually got to be at a family reunion this week.
The
Griffin reunion.
Just helping those identity thieves out a little bit by giving you that information. One step closer to taking our lives away.
That's right. And we just want to discuss, like, there was something that shocked me that I hadn't seen.
What was
because
that,
you
Jen?
and I haven't been at, I guess we haven't been at any sort of swimming experience. I don't know.
We haven't gotten wet
together in a while. And
it's not like your kids where you're just always together.
I know. Okay. So I walked out. Robin beats me down to the beach, right? Mm-hmm. So I start to come down to the beach, and I see Robin in the...
it was a hot day.
It was a very hot day. So Robin's already in the water with her kids. But it took me a minute because I couldn't recognize Robin because I was wondering who the lady from the lake was. Because Robin was wearing a tankini. But with that tankini, you were wearing a pair of brown shorts.
They're like army greenish brown.
Oh, my gosh. And she had this, cute little red bandana on. I don't know what was happening with that. Almost trying to cutesy it up a little bit.
I was trying to look cute. It wasn't working.
No.
I rolled the pant legs.
She thought... I'm like, I didn't know if it was Lake Altoona or where I was for a minute.
It was bad.
It was so bad. You were like...
I didn't realize how bad it was until we took the pictures, which we're going to show you on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
so
Robin has agreed
Sisters on
to
Facebook.
show the pictures of her lake attire. All you needed was an infant with a full diaper and a tattoo of
sunburned infant with a full diaper. Mm-hmm.
And a tattoo of some sort of dragon.
and a beer can with a cigarette already put out in it, and I don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just needed some domestic violence too. You were like a poster child for domestic disturbance.
I was a step away from an arrest.
You were. It was pretty, and then. It was an intense day. So you learn a lot about a person when you see them in their bathing suit. Now, I'm really not one to talk because...
No, you're not, Jennifer. You have your flaws.
I am very flawed, and we've discussed my my varicose vein. I do have one on my right leg.
Yeah, it looks like a river.
It does. I say it's cursive and Braille. If you were reading Braille and you wanted to read cursive Braille, you would just read my leg.
And what does it say?
Feed me.
Feed me.
Yeah.
Or thanks, Dad, for running my leg over.
Well, I it's I can't almost blame Dad. I didn't even connect that dot till a couple of years ago. But it feels nice to have someone to blame for my flaws. But so I usually wear this black band, it's this wrap. It looks like I have a sports injury, which I claim it. I claim it because I'm a pretty sporty dresser sometimes.
You're kind of sporty. I think I look sporty in some ways, but I'm not sporty.
No, you're not.
No.
You are far from it. So I wear this wrap, and it just draws a lot more attention probably to my leg.
It's black.
It is.
It's like a cigarette filter.
Thank you. Thanks for that imagery. So we're quite the lookers when it comes to seeing us out in our swimwear. We would never be able to model swimwear, is what I'm trying to say.
People would never go, "Hey, the OBrien sisters, great swimwear models."
That ship has sailed for us. No, it's not happened.
Ship sailed. Did it even go in a? I don't even
think it ever came into the harbor.
No.
I think we would like for it to, but it hasn't. But we're excited. We got a special guest today. We got Marty Simpson,
Coach Simpson,
and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So stick around. Woo! And we'll be back.
He's hilarious.
This summer, when you're at the pool and you want to sit there and do a little bit of floating, choose the all-natural choice of wood. That's right, sourced from the cedars of Colorado. Wood floats are made from a special wood, cut down and made smooth. Very few of our rafts have splinters.
But some do. In the event that you receive a splinter from one of our wood rafts, please seek immediate medical help. People have lost limbs.
I was against having wood rafts until I tried one at my neighborhood pool. It smelled like chlorine and had a nice smooth wood sheen. People were coming up to me and asking, "Where'd you get that raft?" And it opened up a dialogue.
And I met a lot of people that way. They came over for a barbecue later. We had meat. It's great. Thanks, Wood Rafts.
This week on Calvary Chapel, Bam and Leslie bring the VBS kids to the pool with a special guest, Coach Simpson.
All right, kids, listen, single file it. Let's all come in. Okay.
Quiet.
Okay, kids, listen up. Okay, we want y'all single file. Listen, okay, I want everybody to give Miss Pam her waiver for today. Okay, there is water involved, and we did lose 3 last year. We'd like to not lose any this year.
We mentioned them in the prayer service this morning.
Thank God.
Waivers. We lost 3 waivers. Three of the signed waivers we lost last year.
Right, sure.
Not the children. Quiet.
Yeah, so now Mr. Simpson's going to go ahead.
We're so glad to have you this year.
I think that's
why we have him
we
here.
lost 3
that
last
was part of the
year.
agreement with the insurance.
Right. So he's
The
got...
mandatory agreement that to be able to
Yes.
come back, you needed to.
We did.
We
A
did.
third
We did.
supervisor.
And there's rules this year. That's kind of where we went wrong last year. We didn't have any pool rules, and we feel like had we had some, we'd still have the triplets.
And welcome back to the O'Brien Sisters Comedy Show. I'm Robin.
And I'm Jennifer, and we're the O'Brien Sisters. We actually have a special guest today.
Yes.
That's right. We have Mr. Marty Simpson. Hello,
Yes,
Marty.
Special.
Special.
I feel special.
Yeah.
We had food. Y'all fed me.
We did.
We fed you tacos.
That was
Well,
in the writer.
I mean, there's always a catch, though. I mean, are you feeling drowsy right now?
Not drowsy. I just feel like we might hear the taco come up from time to time.
Okay.
That's okay.
During the banter.
We have tacos too, so we share in
Yes,
the love.
that's good.
We share.
Yeah.
That's
then
right.
we'll smell them come up too.
So Marty, where are you from?
I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, my entire life.
Really?
Never been out of South Carolina. I mean, never lived.
Except for today.
Well, yeah, I've left the state
Okay.
before, yes.
Okay.
From time to time. I've never lived in an address that wasn't South Carolina, though. That wasn't Columbia, South Carolina.
Wow.
Or my town is technically Blythewood, kind of like Marietta is not Atlanta.
Right.
Same
Yeah.
thing. So it's like that. I've just Columbia, South Carolina, 45 years.
And
Nice.
what's the team that you root for all the time in the
The
night?
Gamecocks. What are
All
we
right,
talking about?
Go Gamecocks.
Yeah, Gamecocks. They went to the Final Four this past March.
And you got to go to New York City?
Yes, and if you follow me on Facebook, you may have seen a post or two about
Just tell me about that.
about that. But I told watching my Gamecocks win the Sweet 16 and advance to the Final Four outside of my first kid being born was like the greatest thing that I've ever witnessed. Like it's ranked ahead of my second kid being born.
Oh, wow. And how does your second kid feel about that?
Well, he was fine with it because I took him to the games.
Okay.
He was like, "Yeah,
Okay.
you can tell that, Dad. It's fine. Like, I got to go to the games, so I had to stay home." Yeah, so it was, and it's not far from the truth. I cried. Like,
Really?
yeah,
That
that's
emotional?
weird. Yeah, it really was. 45 years since they won a tournament game. I wasn't even born the last time they won a tournament game.
Well, let's go deeper on the cry. Like, was it like out loud crying? Was your nose running? Like how?
It was more
Was it
like
a thumb sucking and rocking cry?
Yeah.
no. That's
Did you
after
lose
bad
control of
sets.
your bowels?
No.
Okay.
That is not.
No, that's after your sets.
Yeah, that's just
There's
me.
a famous shot in South Carolina where they cut to Darius Rucker. That was like 10 seconds left, and he's like just bawling like a 7-year-old kid. It's
Okay,
just, like,
right.
crying. So I'd already been teared up probably for 30 or 45 seconds before that shot
Wow.
of Darius. And I went to school with Darius Rucker and those guys. It's kind of fun.
Oh.
So when I realized we were going to win, and I just looked down at my son, and I looked around us and everything, it just really just hit me like heat.
Yes.
Like you just get really kind of like you're watching the sad movie.
Okay.
But it's not the movie like Terms of Endearment where Deborah Winger dies because
Right.
of cancer. Sad.
Right.
It's like it's like Rudy for men,
Oh, okay.
but for
We
women,
know
what would
Rudy.
the equivalent
We're
be
Rudy
for your
lovers.
good cry, like the happy cry, happy tears?
yes.
Yeah.
What's the happy tear
we,
movie?
we like Rudy, Rocky. Yeah, we know.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, we
Rocky,
get it.
Yeah, Rocky 2, I could probably cry at, but the
Just 2, not 1.
Well, Rocky 1 maybe a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's depressing that he loses. I didn't understand as a child that was the whole point. Going the distance was the whole point. I didn't understand Rocky 1 as a child.
That's true, but
Thought
you're
he
right.
lost.
But now as an adult, because I've
Love
watched
it.
it again recently,
Love
and I
it,
get a little
yeah.
emotional.
You're like, he tried.
Yeah, he went the distance.
all
Yeah.
in.
That's
Like I
right.
really thought I'm at the game with my son. Let's not have this be a crying moment, and I just couldn't not. It was just
Wow.
overwhelming. Like I was overwhelmed with emotion, which is dumb because my wife says that I'd never cry
Yes.
about real things. Like we could have an argument, we could do things in our life that I should have cried
Okay.
about or whatever,
Okay.
But Jerry Maguire,
Yes.
I cry.
Yes.
Like, I want to go home to see my wife. I miss my wife. Like when he goes to, so Jerry Maguire, Rudy, Dead Poet Society, when he stands on the desk.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are cry moments for me. Hotel for Dogs.
Whoa, I did not see that coming.
That's, I took my 9-year-old daughter to Hotel for Dogs. She's bawling
That's
like
so
the little
funny.
9-year-old girl that she is, and
Yeah.
she looks up at me and she's like, "Daddy, like what? Why? I don't know why I'm crying." I was like, "I don't know why I am either." So man, I don't know. It's a good movie, man. They save all the dogs.
Do
Like,
they?
Yes.
Okay, I got to see it now.
Yeah, no, you really don't.
Okay.
But I really don't. I cried at movies when I was a kid, but Lonesome Dove is the best thing ever. Have you seen Lonesome Dove? or not? It's a
No.
4-part
That's a
miniseries.
So
guy-
what you're
That's a
saying
guy
is
thing.
emotionally
No,
you've been
no,
shut
it's,
down.
it's not just a guy thing. It's a great thing.
So you're emotionally shut down.
Ish.
Ish.
That's
But
that's
certain
all
events-
most comedians are.
Yeah, are we? Okay.
I am not. I'm a weeper.
She is.
I am a huge weeper.
I'm
If
not.
My
I
wife
just
is
see
too.
somebody cry, I will cry.
Like
Yeah.
the dog
Yeah.
commercial where he's like burying his bone and he's dreaming about it and the sad music. My wife can cry. Like at AT&T commercial. My wife
Oh,
just,
yeah.
she has a gift of mercy.
That was our mother growing up, and we would just
If-
point at her and laugh.
If there's ever a scene
and
in a
mock her
movie where the
sadness.
director says, "I want them to cry at this scene," like I got it. Like
Oh,
they
okay.
they cue the music and then I'm there.
That's Jenny.
I am.
Right. I
I'm
think the
ready.
music
I'm
can
always
do
ready for a
it. The
cry.
music can do it. I cry quicker happily
Interesting.
than wow, this movie's so sad. This
Yes.
is a part of things. Or even in life.
Yes.
Like if life happens in real, like funerals, I haven't really cried at that I've grown up
okay.
with. I get real stoical and unemotional. Not unemotional, but I get
See, this is why I get you.
okay.
That's Robin. She's a brick wall.
Right.
Nothing.
Okay.
It's just like Fort Knox. Like
Okay.
no emotion.
But happy cry. Like
Yeah,
when my team
sometimes,
won in the
yeah.
playoffs, the Christian school I coached and taught at had never won a playoff game ever, and then the first playoff game we won, like while I was talking to the kids after, like I just started getting emotional and crying,
there
talking
it
to them and
is.
stuff. Yeah. So
So see, like sports seems to bring it out.
well, I think it's a combination in that moment of like the hard work that we put in and parents that I make fun of
Okay.
on stage now that tried to
Yeah.
run me off that I hated, and that I got to kind of turn and give the old
Nice.
proverbial Christian. Like it's kind of, I don't know if I can even say this, but it's sort of like the Christian flip off of like, we just won the playoff game and y'all wanted to fire me and I'm crying in front of your children.
Yes.
Like, but it's not the same. Like God knows my heart. Like I think that's the name of my next DVD. God knows my
your
heart.
That's
Yeah.
the second time I've heard that phrase today.
Yeah,
It's a
God
winner.
knows my heart. Yeah, because that's I'll say that all the time, like to my daughter and stuff. And when I say something, it's really my rationalization for anything bad that I've just done.
It's your
Okay.
justification.
God
It's
knows
your
my
defense.
heart, but
That's
God knows
right.
my heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter will say, "But yeah, he does," and that he knows that you're being really mean right now. I was like, "Yeah, but still, he knows."
Right. Right.
So, and she's like, "What does that even matter?" I'm like,
Does that work
I
with your
don't-
wife?
No.
No.
She's wised up. She's wised up.
Yeah, but she just is like, "Oh, he's doing this again. Okay, well, we'll see you in the next room." It's just
Right.
like,
All right. Thanks, Marty, so much for joining us today, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, we had a good time today.
Yeah.
Did you have fun with us?
I did, and I want to let everybody know that I still haven't consented to whatever it is we're doing next.
Okay.
If this is played out of order, I have not done the skits yet with them.
Thanks. Well, that's good.
And
for
I did
those
have a
that-
great time.
Oh,
So
good.
I had a great time having not done the skits yet.
Having not done the skits, and as people that want to find you out there, how can they find
Yeah.
you?
MartySimpson.com. You can search Google for Marty Simpson and not click on the 4th place finisher in 2005 from Australian Idol, who's
Okay.
also named Marty Simpson.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's
And
not
apparently
you.
a Christian dude that does Christian cool music.
Right.
Okay.
So those
And,
are not Marty, not my Marty Simpson hashtag.
Right, not
Gotcha.
Marty's. Yeah, but I got MartySimpson.com in 1998, so those people have contacted me several times to try to buy his domain,
Really?
and I've
You're like,
never
how
sold it to
much?
them. Yeah. I bought my kids' domains when they were born. Who does that?
Did you?
Yeah, it's
That's
like
the type of guy
$8 a
you
year I
are.
wasted.
So what do you got coming up down the pipeline?
We got 2 clean comedy challenges right after this airs. There'll be we're in Chicago.
Okay.
CleanComedyChallenge.com is in Chicago. Eddie Brill is there. Dennis Regan is there. I don't think Dennis Regan is there. Bill Gorgo. But then a month later, we're in Pasadena, California with the Clean Comedy Challenge. That a couple of my friends have won it. I won it in 2012. It's a great organization. Leslie Norris Townsend does a great job. And I've got shows in Pennsylvania and Nashville and North Carolina. You can check out MartySimpson.com and see where I'm at.
You're a busy guy.
All right. Thanks, Marty, for joining us today. Bye-bye. Bye.
Quiet. So before we swim today, I'm just gonna pray for the pool. Let's bless the pool, bless the water, bless our time here. So kids,
Yes,
please
Lord,
bow
yes.
your heads.
Pray.
Bow your head,
Messiah.
Jeremiah. Dear Lord, help us to not judge the people who wore a two-piece that clearly weren't gifted with a body that deserved to wear a two-piece, Lord. Some people need to seek the will of the Lord with their two-piece.
Yes.
And I think that's it. Amen.
Amen. Okay.
Thank you, Coach Simpson.
Quiet.
Hi, I'm Charlie Cheeks.
And I'm Fanny.
I'm Peaches Brown.
We're the Butts County Town Public Players with your weekly public service announcement.
That's right. This summer, when you're swimming at the pool, make sure you have appropriate adult supervision. Or...
You could drown. D is for drowning. It's good enough for nobody.
Thanks, Peaches Brown, for bringing us down.
I'm Peaches Brown.
When I lay in my backyard in my pool on my wood raft, I often think, if Davy Crockett had a raft, I bet it'd be this one. Thank you, wood rafts.
Wood rafts are amazing, but I will say there's one caveat. Don't be smoking on your wood raft unless you want to learn how much you really weigh in the water.
Listen, some of y'all are younger and you're wearing your swim diapers today. Okay? Please don't intentionally go in the swim diaper, okay?
No.
I'm talking about you, Jeremiah. I'm not trying to clean up poopy out of that diaper. That's just a protection. If you're 4 and under, you gotta wear it. But some of y'all are potty trained, so please don't make
If
extra
the
work.
diaper's sagging, you better be begging. Hi, I'm Charlie Cheeks.
And I'm Fanny.
I'm Peaches Brown. Parents get mad at their kids and choke them to death in the summer because they won't wear their sunscreen, kids. Wear your sunscreen. I'm Peaches Brown.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Peaches Brown.
Thanks for bringing us down.
I'm Peaches Brown.
Oh my gosh.
That kid's just actually blind.
No, okay. Oh, you're right. We did bring this. Okay. We brought.
That's what that pole was for back
It
at the
looked
house.
like it just looked like he was
I
playing
told him
Marco
we couldn't
Polo.
bring it. I didn't make the connection.
It just looked like he was playing Marco Polo for a minute by himself. He just
He's legitly blind.
He's really
right.
good at
They
it.
filled out the
though.
paperwork earlier. I
He's
forgot to tell
really
you.
good at it. That's why he
Oh, my
wins. That's why he
goodness.
wins.
He's
I mean,
good
you
at being
could-
blind.
He's good at winning at Marco Polo.
Oh,
Well, he just lays there. He can't see nothing. I mean, that's why he's winning like that.
well, they do accuse
Well,
him
I-
of cheating because he doesn't close his eyes. I have to keep reminding him.
Yes. Actually, he's not winning. I mean, he's losing. He's been it for like 15 minutes straight now.
Well, he's not even playing he's by himself in the corner. He just
I
looked
don't-
like he was playing Marco Polo.
You know what? I think he's taking in water. Is
I
he
think
floating?
we should make him play Sharks and Minnows and just see how it goes.
Let's do it.
All right, sharks and minnows, everybody.
Everybody, get in the pool
out
now.
of the water.
Oh my God. Marcus. Oh my, he just vomited in the pool.
Marcus, get out of the water. Get out of the water.
Go get the net.
You know what? Be quiet. They will shut this pool down. I'm going to go scoop it out.
That's symbolic of him rejecting the gospel. He went for the chlorinated baptism, and his body just regurgitated
I
it
watched
back all
him.
over Lisa over there.
I watched
Little
him.
Lisa Jr.
That I've never seen such a thing. It was a projectile vomit too. Wood rafts are not only heavy and hard to lug, they're also really uncomfortable. But it's nice to know I'm doing something great for the environment. I really wasn't keen on the idea of a wood raft, but then my father-in-law passed away on our camping trip, and we just put his body out in the middle of the lake for a few days, and
Covered it with a tarp.
thanks, wood rafts.
Available on Amazon with 2-day Prime shipping.
Josiah.
Oh my
Josiah.
gosh.
You are. Those are not your floaties. Why is
Floaties.
that kid floating in the pool back there?
Oh my gosh. Is that one of ours?
No. Let him go.
God's will. I'm Peaches Brown. If you call 555-1267, I offer singing lessons every Thursday at 5 a.m. I'm Peaches Brown. So my kids recently learned foul language from the neighbors, like the big ones, like the really bad foul language words. Well, my wife, Ashley, said, Marty, we need to make our kids stop playing with Travis and Michael next door because Travis and Michael teach them all that foul language. And I said, I know, you're right. But Travis and Michael have a swimming pool. We recently had 600 bats in our house. But, we knew we had them because bats make a little noise. Bats kind of sound like a mouse. Kind of like a Pentecostal mouse. There was one little line in the white pages, not a paid ad, nothing, just a name and a number, the Bugman, with 2 G's, the Bugman. And I called Bugman, hey, Bugman, please tell me that you do bats. And Bugman said, do you have cash? 1 hour later, Bugman is in my backyard making me sign a waiver. And he throws a 24-foot ladder against the back of the house because they're up in the second floor gable vent. Boom. And when he does that, one little bull bat falls out and hits the ground, scurries to the wall, and starts climbing back up the wall. And let me clarify, these were bull bats. They're like little gray human beings with fangs and wings and shoulder blades. And he's just this little bull bat is like climbing back up the wall. And he gets to about right here, and Bugman is like, holy cow, how many of them are there, Marty? And I was like, I don't know, like 500 or 600. And Bugman picked up a brick and looked at that bull bat and looked at me. And then Bugman said, well, that's one. Then he starts to pump this liquid mixture. He's like, psh, 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 throws it over his shoulder, then starts going up the ladder, and then looks at me and is like, hey, Marty, hold the ladder. So this is me at the bottom, holding the ladder, immediately regretting holding this ladder. He squirts this mixture and is like, psh. Whereupon I hear this. Evidently, these bats were now upset. And these bats started pouring out of the side of my house like Niagara Falls of bat, coming toward my face. And in a moment of clarity, I remembered that bats can see, but they don't look with their eyes. They use echolocation to send out a little signal that hits a thing and then bounces off that thing and tells the bat to dodge that thing. And I wanted these 500 bats to know that I was a thing. So I'm at the bottom making sure that they know, and I'm just like, whoo, whoo. But here's what you need to understand. You can't play chicken with a blind bat. They're not looking. You can't like guess and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you saw me going this way, so you would go, no! You have to just stare this down and trust nature. These bats are whizzing by my face. So they all get into my backyard. They're flying all around. Bugman is at the top of this ladder, whips out this expandable screen, puts it up there. Bugman slides down this ladder like a fire pole, hits the ground, looks up at all these bats, and is like, well, that'll be $175, Marty. You said you had cash. Bugman is done here. Bugman, what is going to happen to all of these bats? And Bugman's like, these bats are going to be fine, Marty. They're probably going to go to that house right there. That house with the swimming pool.
Hey, and welcome back.
to
And
the O'Brien Sisters Comedy Show. We're so glad to have. We had such a fun show today.
Oh, what a show!
I laughed.
We laughed a lot.
I snorted. If you're snorting, that's me.
That's you. So we've had a great time. We've had a great week being at the beach and watching Robin run around in lake attire. I've had a great week. Marty Simpson was on the show, and we always like to kind of wrap up our show with just some sort of scripture. And we were thinking this week,
Ecclesiastes 3, and it's just talking about there's a time for everything. An activity under the heavens, time to be born, time to die, time to plant, uproot, time to kill.
That's right.
And it's time. Don't end on that.
Note, I'm going to murder you today. No, so but
Time
really,
and I'll say, but a time to heal as you're stabbing me.
that'll be precious. I love it. Let's do it right now. No, we were just discussing. This has been a great week, and we've been able just to. Our time this week has just been a time to have a good time and be with family and
be with family.
Yeah, it's been
nice.
pretty good.
It's
been
great.
nice. And so far, you're not dead, so we're good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you next
let's
week.
talk about next week.
All right. Well, we got Darren Streblo coming on the show, and please be sure to tune in.